said, I've been watching you, Dad, ain't that cool? I'm your buckaroo, I wanna be like you and eat all my food and grow as tall as you are.
Hello and welcome to another Wellness Wednesday workshop. I'm Dr. Lori coming to you from Phoenix Family Wellness here in Phoenix, Arizona. I know it's been a few weeks since I've posted a wellness workshop. I've actually been spending some time with the family, having a little bit of a summer vacation. Hopefully you guys have gotten an opportunity to do that over the summer as well. Spend some time with your family and really get some quality time together, not rushed and just uninterrupted. That's a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today, and that is leadership. And you're probably wondering, what does leadership have to do with health? Well, leadership has a lot to do with health and how we are leaders for our families. Us as parents, us as siblings, how we can be those leaders and lead by example in making those right choices for our health. For example, how many of us have our families getting adjusted? Well, I do. My whole family gets adjusted. Well, my kids also know that I get adjusted. That's important to see because they don't see, if they didn't go with me to go get adjusted, to see me get adjusted, then they wouldn't necessarily know that I did that. Growing up, how many of you heard, do as I say, not as I do? Well, I heard it a lot and didn't like it when I was younger. And then I'd hear that expression, when you're a parent, you'll understand. Well, no, I still don't get it. I still don't understand that do as I say, not as I do mentality. We as parents are supposed to help our kids learn and grow and make those choices. My oldest asked me not too long ago, what do you think a parent is? What's the role of a parent? What's their responsibility? I thought, okay, normally that shouldn't be a difficult question to answer, but I really wanted to cover everything with her. And first and foremost, it's to love our children. We love our children, unconditional. But it's also to teach them, to help guide them through life so that they can grow up to be confident, productive, and giving members of the community. So that way they have a good future and can teach that on to their families as well. Well, that got me thinking a little bit more. All right, how do I lead? How do I guide? How do I teach? And most teachers will tell you that they learn most by teaching. So we actually have to do it to be those examples for those kids, showing them what kind of food is the right food choice. Do we wake up in the morning, go into the fridge, find some macaroni and cheese that might be in there and have that for breakfast? What are we teaching the kids? Oh, that macaroni and cheese is a breakfast food. Or are we making a good, healthy, nutritional breakfast? And then they learn what breakfast foods are. Are we rolling out of bed, maybe brushing our teeth, never brushing our hair, just going downstairs, plopping on the couch on the weekends and not doing anything? Well, that's what the kids think of doing. They never leave their pajamas. They'll stay on the couch. Without that guidance, that's what we want to do. Most importantly, when we have any issue that's coming up, any type of ailment, anything that doesn't feel right for us, are we reaching for a bottle of pills or some kind of medicated ointment or something that we think is just going to make us feel better right away for that quick, easy, simple gratification? What are our kids going to start doing? They're going to say, oh, mommy has a headache, so she pops a pill. She takes this Tylenol. She takes this Advil. So if I get a headache, that's what I'm going to take. Or are you going to start making those choices saying, okay, I may have a headache today. How much water have I had to drink? I'm going to drink more water. I've been outside in the heat. I should probably drink more water than I used to. When was the last time I ate? I probably need to eat. When was the last time I got adjusted? I need to make sure that I'm getting in there to do that. Looking for those other options, because what our kids don't necessarily know is that it's not the illegal drugs, not just the illegal drugs that we should be careful about. It should also be those prescription drugs. That's the problem that we're having most with our kids these days. It's not even the illegal stuff anymore that we need to worry about. It's the perfectly legal, purchased with a prescription, medications that are in the medicine cabinets. So we need to be careful of that. Why do we have so much at such young ages? And then how are we exposing that to our children? So the choices that we make, that's how we become those leaders. Are we active? Are we out there running? Perfect example. My husband and I right now are training for a 5K. So what are we doing? We're not just saying, okay, we're off, we're going to go work out. No, we're saying we're going to go run at the park. Let's go, guys. Grab your tennis shoes, let's go. He takes one kid, I take another kid, the third kid loves to run by herself, so we go running. We do walk, run, we make a game out of it. We just have fun in doing it together as a family. It gets them up, it gets them going, gets them active, it gets us training for what we want to train, we feel good, the family's doing it together, and we all have a common goal. That's how we become leaders. And what does that do for the rest of our family? Guess what my sister's training for now? She's training for a half marathon. We're getting other people going with us. That's how we become leaders, as we start doing it that way. The kids have talked to their cousins. Guess what we're training for? Guess what we're going to run? And guess what their cousins want to start doing? Oh, well, I want to start running. That's how we become leaders. Same thing with food choices. How do we do that? If we're going to grab a snack, if it's time for us to eat, are we going and grabbing a handful of almonds and maybe an apple or some kind of fruit for a snack? Or are we making ourselves a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for the third time that day? What are we teaching our kids? What are healthy snacks? What are healthy desserts? Kids shouldn't have to ask if they can have an apple. Yeah, have an apple for dessert. That's fantastic. Maybe put a little bit of almond butter on it or something, Treat it up a little bit for them. Do you keep the junk food stocked in the house? Or do they learn that junk food isn't something that you keep in the house? Junk food is just that. It's junk food. Or if you want that treat from time to time, you go out to get the treat. You don't bring it back into the house. Teach them those lessons so that way it's not something they just turn to. I want a snack in the middle of the day. I'm going to go ahead and serve myself a heaping bowl of ice cream. No, let's start teaching them those right behaviors from early on. It's also in our moods. How do we react to things? How do we respond to things? If somebody cuts us off in the road, we know that kids at young ages pick up on what we say, the different words that we say, but they also pick up on the tones that we use. So when we're saying dirty words and we hear our 3-year-olds repeating those words or our 2-year-olds repeating those words, we're going, oh, we got to watch our mouth. Well, we also have to watch our tone even throughout as they're growing up, because our teenagers will start responding the same way we do too. They'll start shutting down if we start shutting down if we're upset. They won't talk about things if we don't open up that line of communication with them and show them it's okay to talk and have that open line of communication with each other. So homework assignment for this week is really to start assessing how you're acting in front of your kids. What choices are you making in front of the kids? And what are they learning from you? Have you noticed what kind of habits they have are just like you? There's a song that I was playing here in the introduction, a country song, Dad, I've been watching you. It's so true. Kids watch, they learn, they pick things up, they're sponges. So let's go ahead and be those leaders for them so that they can grow up to be leaders as well. Be those examples. So until next time, continue to eat well, move well, and think well so that you can live well. Be those leaders for your community, because we want healthy families for a healthier future. For more information on everything that I've discussed today, to contact the office, look for chiropractors for friends, family that you may not know in that particular area. Give us a call here at the office, 602-569-7000. Be those leaders for healthy living. Be those leaders in chiropractic, sharing the message, spreading the message. Check out the website. Send them to the website to learn more, www.phoenixfamilywellness.com. So until I talk to you next week, have a good one.
I wanna do everything you do, 'cause I've been watching.